Welcome to the channel, everybody. My name is Ryan, and we are back with more Unreal World today, continuing our Caveman series. And if you're just tuning in, I've got a link to this playlist, as well as all my other Unreal World content down in the description. So check that out, guys. But today we are starting off far away from our cave. We are over on the western coast of our little island peninsula here. You can see the water just peeking in a little bit. We'll drop off those cultural boundaries, yes, but also very importantly, if I zoom in, you can see we've also got some quest indicators here. So we came over initially just looking around this area, trying to find another good cave to settle down and have multiple cave homes here on the map, but we stumbled upon an adventurer who needs our help. We're tasked with going to find the last location of his shelter and his pride and joy, the family axe. So we got to find that, retrieve it, and apparently we can keep any other loot that's there. But currently, as I said, we're here at this location, and this is our target destination, somewhere in this unexplored region. So that's going to be today's task. Hopefully, we can get this one done real quick and no failures. But anyway, guys, let's head down there and get started with our search. I have arrived at the region just at the boundary of the little quest area here, but it's very important. Let's hit F2 and open up our quest tab. Then we can look through exactly what the guy told us originally, because there's an important clue here. Need to refresh my memory, but down here in the second to last sentence, our paragraph, it says it was in the southwest corner, which is where we're at, just a couple miles away. I remember building my shelter at the border location of a mountain area right next to a hill in the south. So we're looking for a mountain and then a hill below it, and then the boundary between those two, which actually is kind of fortunate. Now there's probably going to be a lot of mountains and hills. I've already found one right here. We'll zoom in, start a search in this location. It doesn't give us the region name because it wants you to kind of search for it, but the good news is, of course, it's not going to be super forested. At least I assume it won't, between a mountain and a hill. Maybe a little bit, but in other words, we should be able to spot any shelters. Oh, nope. I don't want to climb. No climbing today. But yeah, hopefully any man-made structures will jump out on us, or jump out at us a little bit easier, especially if we're in a thick spruce forest. But okay, so let's see. This would, I think, be, and one good way to tell is look up to the top here, just to the left of the time indicator is kind of the environment we're in. So we're on the hill now, but keep your eyes on that spot. If we move back, we will come to the mountain. So this is exactly the sort of region they were describing. Mountain to the north, hill to the south. And again, we'll probably find a few of these in the area, but I'm definitely going to thoroughly search it. Wow, look at that. This little birch sapling right here. That is the only tree we've seen. Now let's dig it up. Oh yes, these are actually valuable. Good for arrow shafts. All right. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. Let me keep searching. Oh boy, well, I almost passed by it, but I think we've located the bear. that was referred to in this quest. Again, let's just open them one more time. So I've done this quest before, failed it, completed it, but it can be a wolf too. This time it says right here a bear. And what really sticks this one out to me as the probable suspect is the fact that it is injured, because he got into a scuffle with it. And I don't know of any other way it could get injured unless it was hunting something or it stumbled into a trap, but we haven't said any. So in other words, I'm thinking the shelter is nearby. I don't want to get into a tangle with this thing. Okay, we went into stealth. It's not perfect though, but yeah, I'm thinking the shelter has to be around here somewhere. Yeah, and I lost literally my last playthrough, my very last one, on a bear encounter. So I wouldn't do that right now. Maybe down the road once we get some dogs, a little bit of armor and stuff. But hold on, what am I looking at right here? It is kind of hard to tell. I underestimated the cliffs and like the dark lines and stuff. Just how confusing, and not to mention those, but these rock structures here too, these big rocks, they can resemble a shelter, so it's definitely more difficult. Now we got bear tracks there. Oh, I see it. Do you guys see it? I was just gonna say we could follow the bear tracks back to the source, but I just noticed it. All right, well, yeah, if I zoom in, let's just go over there. All right, enough suspense building. Man, there are tracks everywhere. Woohoo, we did it. Okay, so we'll zoom into this. Gosh, he's got some stuff. Oh, perfect. A shovel. So there's the hand axe that he wants, a wooden shovel. That kind of stinks, but whatever, I'll take it. Oh, okay, we got a loop snare. Basically anything but the axe we get to keep. Leather rope, 15-footer, and the shelter itself is empty. But yeah, there's tracks here everywhere. Let's just take a look. Almost dead center. Now that I think it's just coincidence. I wouldn't count on it being like that if you're in the midst of your own search. But regardless, I don't want to tangle with the bear, so we're not going to stick around here. In fact, let's even go to the world map to have a little celebratory lunch. But we got a dried bear cut, a smoked ring seal cut. That sounds delicious. Let's garble that down. Nice. Yep. One of the big reasons we are out here on the western coast, as I mentioned, looking for a cave, but because I want to kill some seals. Maybe once the ice breaks, or even before that, as long as we've set up a good spot. That is one of the big goals. But anyway, let's get back to the site of the quest and turn this sucker in. It is early evening, very cold outside, but Week has returned to the Seal Tribe village where he picked up the quest. The quest giver himself is laying on the ground just inside, so let's talk to him. There we go. Okay, greet him. I have something for you. There it is, the third option. Beautiful. And we're going to give him the hand axe. There it is. We, of course, could keep it, but obviously, I'm sure that's considered a quest failure, and we're not that greedy. So there it is. We found it. Yes. We should have tried for the bear, huh? No, I'm just kidding. I'm too much of a coward right now. But that is another reason we're here. I mean, at least it's a part of the things that I'm accomplishing while in the region is searching the different villages, asking if they have any dogs for sale or any animals at all. But unfortunately, they're kind of few and far between up here in the north. So if I come across even one or two dogs or a goat, or not a goat, I'm sorry, a sheep, or even a cow or bull, I would take any of those right now. With a successful quest behind us, blacksmith order still in effect, but don't worry about that. We have decided to head out of the Seal Tribe lands southward along the coast here, and I'm specifically looking for a cave that is like right up next to the water. That would be amazing. Now, it would be even better if there was some open, flat land with no trees and stuff around it, but you can't get everything you want. But I am willing to search this entire coastline. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Bird, run away. Oh, he let me walk right up to him. Get out of here, bird. These birds are kind of dumb, but either way, it is kind of fortunate because the coastline of the island, or I think it's technically a peninsula, is pretty well covered with mountains. You can see it's very dark, early evening. In fact, let's sleep. Maybe we can pass time. Nope, now it's even darker. But no, there's a ton of mountains here, so during the day at least, when there's light, it does make it easier to see. And of course, I'm hoping that means there's potential for some caves, but haven't come across any yet. So anyway, let me get to a point where there's a little bit more daylight and we'll do some exploring together. Oh boy, well, there isn't much more daylight, but I just ran into a wolf. And where there's one, there's often more than one. God dang it, I hope they're not hungry. Oh, he didn't see me. Oh, damn, there's more all around me. Let's move. Okay. Oh, thank God. Whew. I was able to exit out to the world map. Means I hope we're safe. I'm just going to continue on the route, get out of that general area. Oh man, yeah, wolves and bears. I do not like to tangle with them. Even with dogs, wolves are not good. A single bear on its own isn't the worst thing in the world, but you get into a pack of wolves with a fight with those, even if you got a bunch of dogs, it can be extremely challenging. But alright, so I've backtracked enough. The sunlight has shown itself finally. Let's zoom out a little bit. Yeah, you can see this entire region is really thick with mountains and hills. Just no caves yet, but we'll get there. No, I'm not worried about it. In fact, let's make sure to uncover all these little spots. No, I'm not doing any hunting. In fact, one of the great reasons to do this now is because we are really decked out with just a ton of food here. Look at this. Yeah, I've easily got close to over 15 pounds of food right now, so we should be good just to explore. Open up some of the map. Very important to do, especially in a region we want to eventually make our home, you know. But let's head down. Maybe eventually we'll come across a new culture and we can trade with them just to see what they've got. Of course, we're still on the lookout for a whole bunch of livestock. Oh, I think I see one, guys. Oh, the dark opening of a cave calls our name. There it is. And of course, oops, wrong screen. Of course, on the world map. It's hard to see it unless we zoom in, but it is a little white triangle there, auto marked for you. You don't have to worry about that, but let's get in there and investigate. Oh, well, as if investigating a cave isn't creepy enough, we are once again here in the pitch black, complete darkness in the middle of the night. I think Week is just trying to get his eyes accustomed because he is a cave dweller, but as you can see, we do still require a torch. I've got one currently in my hand. It is lit thanks to that big old roaring fire. This will allow us to smooth back this darkness here inside the cave. Looks like there's a little passage up. We can bypass the cliff walls there. That's nice. Okay, of course, the nightmare situation would be to stumble into a bear. Ooh, little passage all the way back here, just kind of dead ends. Little storage area. We could put stuff here. I don't know if we want it yet. That's why we're investigating all the caves in the region. Okay, another little cliff. Can't get down that without climbing, so let's go down and around. I actually kind of like this. There's cliffs in here, but they're passable in the sense that there are ways around them. There's another little dead-end passage back here. It's a pretty fairly big-sized cave, too. It's got a large opening to it, so, you know, obviously the bears and stuff, I think, can live in here, but I've never actually come across one, so I don't know. But either way, it is marked. It's a definite candidate. You know, I always try and stress that you really got to be picky and choosy about where you eventually decide to settle down and spend time, like, you know, upgrading or building things at that location, because that's what'll keep you coming back to an open-ended sandbox game like this where there's no actual goals in place. It's good to really, really gain an affection for your home so you come back to it again and again. Well, I was down in the region of, I believe, the Sarto clan, and yeah, decided to stop in to the local village. First guy I talked to, check it out. They've got a small female dog and a small regular dog. Listen, the size doesn't matter to me. I know for a fact little dogs are just as ferocious, if not more so, than the big variety. But let's go ahead and grab one of these, offer an item. Now, I did bring several things to trade with, mainly food and fur. But we've got some antlers too, so let's throw those up on the board because they're quite weighty. They weigh a lot, and I'd love to get rid of these, so let's see. All right, marginal. Well, he'll take them, so I'm happy with that. At least if we can get some more stuff on there, he'll take them. Let's do the forest reindeer for now. That's more probably than it's worth. Let me think again. Okay, so I'm gonna have to barter a little bit. Let's just do. I'm trying to avoid using my food right up front. You know, the furs would be better. God, I know he'll just accept the reindeer fur without the antlers. All right, let's just do that. Straight up deal for the small female dog. There she is, our first little pooch. Hey, come back here. Hold still, please. Tell her to stay. Beautiful. All right, now we automatically get a leash. So let's go ahead and grab that rope, 15-footer, and we have now put her on a leash. What should we name her? I didn't even think about it. Oh, we'll just call her Lady. Hello, Lady. Small female dog. Now, of course, we can chat with the same guy, but I found that it's good to mix it up. Don't talk to the same villager, because you don't want to be trading with somebody who's really, really super wealthy. They're going to up the prices. At least that's my assumption. All right, small dog, here we go. Now, this time I might try and barter with the antlers. I'm kind of tempted to keep the wood shovel, but no, I think we actually have a wooden shovel, so I'll throw that up there. Same with the loop snare. And let's try the hair fur. He's willing to take all of it, but it's just a start, so shoot. You know what I could do? I could cancel this out and just go through some of their stuff. Like find, I don't know, basically break down these furs into some smaller potential trading items, maybe smaller furs themselves. Because these big 23-pounders, I could probably buy 2.5 dogs with that. So anyway, like I said, let me go through some of their stuff. Maybe I can get some other good deals out of this too. All right, well, yeah, we're probably overpaying a little bit for what our goods are, but I'm getting rid of my shovel, some antlers, and the 2 elk furs here. Not getting a dog, obviously. We'll pick one of those up again. Now that we got one, that's a good start, but we ended up with a little bit of foodstuffs here. I got us a bag of rye grains because that's a really helpful ingredient for a lot of the different recipes that this mod adds. So in addition, I exchanged those big furs for a gray seal fur, 8.8 pounds, and a badger fur. Again, that'll help us, I think, trade a little bit lower. We'll be at fair trades for these animals. But either way, I also got a fine pot. Again, something essential for the cooking we're going to do in our cave once we get back to it. But so some of it was just for my own uses. But we'll get another dog here shortly. In fact, I think what I'll do is I'll just mark this. Dog, boom. All right, because if we do set up a home in the region, we can always come back here, you know, and get the dogs later. Not to mention there is another village just up here to the north. I could probably walk there zoomed in like this, but it's going to be quicker just to do that. Boom. So here we go. Another little settlement. Let's just see if what kind of animals they've got. Oh, I see some cows and bulls. All right, let's chat with this guy. Come here, buddy. You want to sell some? Yes, bulls and cow. That is so huge. I want that cow desperately. Should we just try and trade for him right now? Let's just try. I mean, what am I waiting for, right? Cows are great for the milking. You can do it like half of the year or in season. But they also can carry a decent amount, way more than dogs. Obviously, they won't hunt or fight for you, but anyway, okay, so let's do B for animals. Give me that cow. Offer an item. I mean, I'm willing to part with all the furs we just got. And let's throw the antlers up there, that loop snare. And let's see, is that good enough? Unworthy antlers, loop snare's unworthy. The rest is accepted halfway there. Oops, damn it, I just canceled it. Well, he said that was halfway there, so let me try some of the food next. Man, oh man, dang. So he literally wants all of my food, and that's still not enough. I started to put up the literal clothes on my back, the leather shin guards, the leather cuirass. So, you know what? I think I'm just going to cancel it. That's not smart, especially in this very cold weather right now. Even though it's not the fur stuff, we want to be layered like that with all the different body parts. I mean, yeah, my temperature protection is very good. A couple of places we're weak on, but overall I shouldn't be stripping, in other words. So we'll just save it. The good news is I can mark it and put bull here too, count bull. So, you know what? I think it might be worth heading back to our shelter, not the cave itself. The shelter is just here at this blue X, and there's a bunch of food at this location. I don't know if all of it's quite ready because, you know, we killed it in different time periods, but of course our cave is just north of this too, so it wouldn't be bad to drop off some of the stuff we've got, maybe set up a little area for our animals to live at here in the cave when we're going back and forth. But don't worry, we are going to come back to this region and continue to look for different places along the coast to live, because I do find that a really appealing idea. Well, the good news is we are at that point in the winter where I can just ski right over any water obstacles. So I'm going to be able to make this trip pretty quick, even though it is a fair distance. Of course, I'm forced to, yeah, look, we're almost pretty much halfway there. This is where we were just now. Here we are, and this is our destination. So honestly, the only downside to exploring at this time of the year is the light levels. It takes you don't get a lot of daylight, I'll just put it that way. You know, the sun goes down pretty quickly, but those hours when it is up and visible, it is a magical time. All right, and here we are. We've almost gone a little bit too far north. So we'll zoom over here. This is my open, beautiful hunting ground. Oh man, you really couldn't ask for a better area of openness mixed with some mountains and stuff. Beautiful spot. I do hope we find a place along the coast, but this area is always going to be home to us as well. So here we are at the shelter. This was the site of our most successful kills for sure. Oh yes, and I can tell just looking at the stacks of meat that some of these are definitely ready. The cordage has separated from the meat, so let's pick it up. We'll feed our dogs too, or our dog, singular. But yeah, don't worry about that. And boom. I've also got a bunch of bones. Oh man, I thought I picked up, oh God, for a second I thought I traded for that cow and forgot to put it on a rope. I forgot we abandoned the trade. Whew, thank God. Oh, that's one time I literally had a heart attack. I thought I forgot it and left it there. We would have never gotten it back. Okay, that's no big deal. Let's just take a look at our meat here. How much did we end up with? Oh my God, look at this. 50 pounds right there, just about. Another 30 pounds right there. Yeah, huge. Oh, some of that was the rye grain, but you get it. It's a lot of meat. So, in fact, I think it's too much for us to carry. Yep. We're over our weight limit, so you know what that means. The old dog is going to become a little bit of a hauler here, and we're going to definitely take this stuff up to the cave, I think. Drop it off. I've got a cellar up there, so I should put some of this meat away, but, you know, let's just check, too. We've got one more stack left, and it's got 3 to 4 days here to go. Not that it's a big deal, but it's just good to be aware of when your meat's ready. So, yeah, I think we could kill a couple days up in this region before we head back and do some exploring along the coast for sure. But I think we will save all that for the next episode, guys, and many more after that. So I hope you're enjoying the series so far. We've got our first dog, so it's definitely a momentous time. But and let me know what you think down in the comment section, of course. I always love hearing from you guys. Thank you. Hit that like button for me. Subscribe if you're new. And I will see you guys on the next one. Hey everyone, I just want to give a personal thank you to my Patreon supporters. Their contributions help make my work possible, and I am tremendously grateful to them. I'd also like to extend an invitation to you to help support my work on Patreon as well. Your donations allow me to upgrade my PC and avoid the dreaded hardware despair. It also gives me more time to devote to new projects and create longer content such as live streaming. No matter what you decide, thank you for visiting my channel.